structure of a seed. So let us see what is the structure of a seed. So structure of seed. So children, look at the picture. The picture is showing the outer structure of the seed. So the picture is showing outer structure of the seed. And the seed is not broken easily because the outer portion of the seed is covered with a thick layer. That thick layer around the outside of the seed is called seed coat. So this seed coat is very hard. That's why we cannot broken easily the seed coat, or we cannot broken easily the seed. And next, there is a scab on one side of the seed. So there is a scab on one side of the seed. So what is a scab? This scab is a part at which the fruit is attached to the, that means the seed is attached to the fruit. So scab means it is a part where the seed is attached to the fruit. So attached to the fruit. So at one side of the seed there is a scab. So scab is a part which is, so at which the seed is attached to the fruit. And we will observe a small hole at the top of the scab. So we will observe a small hole at the top of a scab, and that hole is called micropyle. So micropyle. So through this micropyle the water enters into the seed. So at the top of the scab we will observe a small hole, and this small hole is called a micropyle through which the water enters into the seed. So when we plant a seed under the soil, and if we pour water to the seed, then the water will enter into the seed through this micropyle. So this is the outer structure of the seed. Okay, the outer structure of the seed contains so three parts. So one is seed coat, that is hard outer layer of the seed, and the second one is scab. So scab is a part to which the seed is attached to the fruit, and the third one is micropyle, that is a small hole through which the water enters into the seed. So children, we have learned what is present outside the seed. So that is, we have learned about the outer structure of the seed. So now we will learn what is present inside a seed. So that is, what is present inside a seed. So inside a seed, that means what is the internal structure of a seed. So what does a seed contains inside it? So generally a seed, so look at the picture. The picture is showing the internal structure of the seed. So the picture is showing the internal structure of the seed. That means if we cut the seed into two halves, then in the picture we are observing a small tiny plant. That tiny plant is called embryo. So if we cut the seed into two halves, we will observe a small tiny plant. This small tiny plant is called embryo. So it is called embryo. And this embryo has two parts. This embryo has two parts, that is roots and shoots. So roots and shoots. And this embryo is attached to the seed leaves. This embryo is attached to the seed leaves, and these seed leaves are called cotyledons. So cotyledons. So if we cut the seed into two halves, we will observe a tiny plant. The tiny plant is called embryo, and this embryo has two parts, that is roots and shoots. And this embryo is attached to the seed leaves. Seed leaves is a storage of food. So seed leaves are nothing but a storage of food. That means food for the embryo. So that seed leaves are called cotyledons. The seed leaves are called cotyledons. So actually the seed is inactive and it has no life. So when we give air, water and warmth, then the water enters into the seed and the embryo begins to grow. And this growth of a seed into a new plant is called seed germination. So seed germination. So what is seed germination? So at the beginning the seed has no life, and if we give air, water and warmth to the seed, the water enters into the seed through the micropyle and the embryo begins to grow. And the embryo begins to grow into a new plant. So the seed will be converted into a new plant. So this process of conversion of a seed into a new plant is called seed germination. So here the embryo and these cotyledons are enclosed in a hard shell. That hard shell is called seed coat. Already we have learned. So in the picture, the brown colored part is called seed coat. So this is called about seed germination. So look at the picture. So in the picture, we are observing the different stages involved in the seed germination. How a seed is converted to a small plant. So if you carefully observe the picture, so in the picture, in the first stage, so if we plant a seed in the soil, so that is the first stage, and if we pour water to the seed, the water enters into the seed through micropyle, and after 1 or 2 days, so the embryo begins to grow, and at the beginning the roots will come outside and the roots will grow and the roots will go deep into the earth. In the third stage, the hard outer layer around the seed, that means the seed coat will be removed, and that seed coat will be removed and cotyledons are come outside the soil. And in the fourth stage, the cotyledons and the shoots are converted into leaves. So these are the different stages of conversion of a seed into a plant. This is called seed germination. So in the picture, we are observing the stages of conversion of a seed into a seed plant. So in the first stage, the seed is inside the soil. In the second stage, first the roots will be grown up. In the third stage, next the shoots will be grown up and come outside the soil. In the fourth stage, the shoots will be converted into leaves that we will observe in a small plant. So this is about seed germination. So children, up to now we have discussed about the seed, that is how seed is produced and what is the structure of the seed. So that is what is the outer structure of the seed and what is the inner structure of the seed. That means what is present outside the seed and what is present inside the seed, and how a seed is converted into a plant, that is about seed germination. Now we are going to discuss about seed dispersal. So seed dispersal. seed dispersal. So in the previous topic we have already learned that some plants produces fruits having one seed and some plants produces fruits having so many seeds. So if all the seeds produced by the plant are fell down on the soil, and if all the seeds which are fell down on the soil are grown up, what happens? So actually this is not takes place in our nature. That means all the seeds produced by the plants are not growing at the mother plant. That means not growing at the same place. Why? Because if all the seeds are grown up at the same place, that means at the mother plant, then there will be a crowd. So there will be a crowd of plants and there will be no proper growth of the plants. So if all the seeds are grown at the same place, then crowding will take place. So because of crowding, the plants will not grow properly and healthily. And there will be competition among those plants for light, air and water. So this is not actually takes place in our nature. So all the seeds produced by the plant are not growing at the same place. That means at the mother plant. So the plants that produced, so the plants are producing different seeds, that is so many seeds, and these seeds should be dispersed. That means the seeds should be thrown away to different places from the mother plant. So the plant, that means the seeds produced by the plants should be scattered to distant places from the mother plant. So this scattering of seeds and fruits produced by the plant to distant places, that means to large places, is called seed dispersal. So what is seed dispersal? So the scattering of seeds and fruits produced by plants to a distant places or to a longer places is called seed dispersal. So the plants will disperse their seeds. The plants disperse their seeds. So the dispersal of seeds mainly depends upon three factors. So the dispersal mainly depends upon three factors. That is, one is size of the seed. So size of the seed. And the second one is shape of the seed. And the third one is color of the seed. Color of the seed. So the dispersal of seeds takes place depending upon these three factors. So the dispersal of seeds depends upon size of the seeds and shape of the seeds and color of the seeds. So these three factors determines the way by which the seeds will be dispersed. So the method of seed dispersal mainly depends upon size, shape and color of the seeds. So there are mainly four methods of dispersal of seeds. There are four methods of seed dispersal. So four methods. The four methods are, so one is wind dispersal. The first one is wind dispersal. And the second one is water dispersal. That means dispersal by water. That is water dispersal. And the third method is dispersal by animals. That is animal dispersal. And fourth one is dispersion by explosion. So dispersion by explosion. So these are the four methods of dispersal of seeds. So the method of dispersal depends upon size of the seed, shape of the seed and the color of the seeds. So first one is wind dispersal. So what is wind dispersal? So now let us discuss about what is wind dispersal.